YouTube. I am Penstar, and this is Dungeon of the Endless Strategy and Tactics Episode 4. So, when we last left our dynamic trio here, we got the heck out of Dodge after a very unfavorable floor. And assessing the situation before we get started in floor number 4, we are actually in kind of a weak position right now. For several reasons. One, generally I like to keep people's levels equal to the floor that they are on. So level 3 would be people level 3, level 4 should be generally level 4. Now we're a little behind the curve. We have enough food to get somebody up to level 4 right now, and I actually might make that right now. Since we were having some difficulty with keeping people alive at our defense points, I think I might put it into Upbot here, just to give him a little extra assistance. Although, the other thing you want to check, if you have a bunch of people at even levels, see who gets new passive abilities first. Generally speaking, new passive skills are probably the most effective increase in effective power or usefulness for a hero when leveling up, followed by new active skills, and then lastly just plain stat gain. So level 4 for Upbot, he only gets stat gains. So let's take a look at Ken. Ken only gets stat gains though, so let's look at Gork. Oh, only stat gains. Okay, so it's pretty much a wash between these guys, so I'm going to give it to Upbot here. And then save the rest of our food for either emergency healing or additional recruitment of a fourth person here. Now, last floor we did pick up the Nano Bros, Wit 3, HP Regen 4. We already have Grimm's Fairy Tales here. The HP regen is tempting, but I do like the increased wit because we do want the most out of our resources. I am hoping we re-grab a second operator on this floor, and if we do, they are most certainly getting these Nano Bros, because it's a wonderful combination of stuff here. The other reason we are in a slightly weaker position is our defenses. Our defenses are not very well leveled. We have a good wide variety of them, but they're all level 1. The things that we've been spending our science on thus far are our production modules. We got science and food 3, which is great, but having resources in the bank isn't going to keep our heroes alive. So we're going to hope for an early science crystal on this floor. We're also going to be prioritizing science so we can pay for early science. So let us get started. All right, major module in the first one. Oh, and hey, someone higher. Not who I really want to hire, though. Really not who I want to hire right now. I mean, really not who I want to hire. She is a unique character. She's good for combat. She's actually a good door kicker, although she's kind of slow. But she has unique roles to fill. Unfortunately, Ken already kind of fills that role, and Gork actually fills the other half of her role. So bringing her on would be redundant, and also deny me another operator, because she's kind of low in the wits department. So you know what? I'm going to leave her here for now. If at the end of the level I haven't run into anybody else, I will pick her up, and she'll still defend this room. So it's kind of like she's on our team. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, so here's the thing. So when you have a situation like this, and you have your generators that are out of alignment here, where one is severely under-leveled compared to the other two, what you want to do is you want to take the one that's under-leveled and build it first, and then have your best operator operating it. Because your operator's contribution to the resources are not based on the level of the generator it has, you can more than overcome the deficiency of having a low-level generator. Whereas if you're placing major modules in rooms that are not being operated, the effect you get from them is purely based on the level of the module. So you want those in rooms where you don't have operators. So since we only have one operator, it makes sense that our one operator is going to work our one module that's so far behind. That said, the science module is going to be my next purchase. All right, so let's get you two here. Let's keep going up. All right, right, what do we got here? Oh, an early science crystal. Too early for me to use it, but let's check out what is available for us. Suppressive Firebot 3. All right, well, hey, it's a 1 to a 3, and it's actually not that expensive. So I like the 1 to 3s. I would have liked to have a 1 to 3 attack module, but a Suppressive Firebot 3, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So onwards. Aha, good, another major module slot. Okay, good, no steel here. So we're going to throw down a Science Creator. And we'll have plenty of it. See how much, I mean, even though we're just working a single level 1, that's plus 16 industry because our operator is so skilled. Oh, yeah, that poison gas and Gork, he's just moving at a snail's pace. Yeah. All right, finally some bad guys. All right, and another major slot here. Let's throw down a food replicator. Now, we're still pretty early in the floor, and we're still generating industry at a pretty appreciable rate. So I'm still in the market for throwing down major modules if, in fact, we get them available here. All right, looks like this is the end of the line here. Some freebie science. Very nice. Now, this becomes problematic here. If I get enough dust, I may want to lighten this room, if only because, well, we have to see if the monsters that just like to gnaw on major modules are spawning on this floor. If they are, then we're going to need to keep somebody up here to swat them away from our major modules so we don't keep losing our generators here. If we are lucky, on the other hand, and those monsters are not part of the mix on this floor, then we can safely use this as a single dark room that will just filter down here and eventually hit our choke point. And since our choke point has another room off of it, it might see more use. So yeah, we'll do that. I think what I'm going to do is that poison gas room is really killer. If something comes up here to gnaw on our food crystal, it's going to be tough getting up there in time to save it. Do I want to position Gork here? Yeah, let me do that. Let me. I'm going to position Gork. I hate to put him in the poison gas room, but I'm going to do that. Namely, if something's chewing on this crystal, then I can send Gork up there to rescue it and fight it off. And then I can send Ken to reinforce if it's too much. And I can always hit the Psycho Killer, which is good for a burst of speed and attack power. That way I can have Ken kick open this door, and we've got 2 other people here, because she will fight to defend this room. I can't tell her where to go, but she'll still fight to defend us, even though we haven't hired her yet. So she's useful in that sense. And another science crystal. Oh, all right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Aha! So we do have someone gnawing on a crystal. All right, we're going to send Ken up here to reinforce. We'll kick off Psycho Killer for Gork here. Give him a little... And I will feed Gork here a little bit. Okay, so that is problematic that we have something that gnaws on crystals. Ooh, Teslas. Sensor does medium damage to energy in room. Priority anti-module monsters, and anti-module means major or minor. So it would behoove us to put some Teslas in this room. They'll fry any module munchers. The big guy will probably survive the Teslas and keep walking down, but the big guy doesn't care about modules. They're coming for us, which is fine because our choke point can handle that. So there we go. That way we don't have to station heroes up here, and we can utilize this as a dark room, meaning we can start lighting up this path so we don't get too many monsters down that way. Once we start getting more than a couple of dark rooms, I'm going to start building up our defenses here at our core module. All right, you two get down here. And actually, while we're here, well, let's kick off some of our science, because I just realized we have enough now. So suppressive firebot 3. And since that's cooking, and we're certainly going to use that, what do we got here? Dustfield Gen. Oh, tear gas. I know it's another level 1 module, but it is very worth it. So we're, well, 2 turns from now, we'll pick up tear gas. We're definitely going to want the suppressive firebot in here, especially since it's going to be upgraded soon, because that will help our choke point out immensely. The tear gas module will also help this choke point out. Excellent. Okay. We can kick up a level here. Let me see. Extra defense and extra hit points. That's very useful for you. You get a lot of extra defense and a lot of hit points. Yeah. Why don't we level you up, Gork? Just because we're probably going to be needing to rely on the raw DPS from our heroes until we can get our minor modules leveled up a little bit more. They're at least the ones that do the attacking. All right, new item, excellent. Prisoner uniform, not so awesome, but hey, I'm not going to say no to it. Ken is in need of defense, so he can get that module. I'll leave you in here, Gork. Kick open the door. Estelle, weak crystal, extra defense for our heroes, but our crystal will take more damage. That's actually not a bad one. We're certainly not going to want to open up any of these doors, but it looks like we've got plenty of options, unless these are just both dead ends, to burn down the Stell and still reap the benefits from it. All right, so at this point, I'm going to, now that we have a couple of dark rooms in here, I'm going to get Gork over here and have him reinforcing this room. Ken, oh yeah, Ken can run over here and kick off our tear gas crystal, and then once the other defense one finishes, we can go see what our next one is. And again, we're hoping that it's going to be some form of attack, but having that extra defense is an extra layer of protection for us. All right, oop, go, run. All right. Yep. So the Teslas are pinging them. Yeah, and that extra defense is helping them keep their health nice and high. And it looks like our suppressive firebot leveled up here, so they were hitting hard back, which is excellent. Best defense is a good offense. Prisoner Prod 3, or Viral Injector 2. Well, the Prisoner Prod, well, it's a 1 to a 3, so I'm very tempted to take this, actually. Normally I don't invest too heavily in Prisoner Prod, but going from a 1 to a 3 will quickly support us in the mid-levels until we can get a more powerful defensive measure high enough to be our sort of our backbone. So yeah, I think I'm going to go after the Prisoner Prod 3. Once we have enough science, that is. All right, let's continue going down here. I don't mind keeping this one dark room, especially since we invested in the 2 Teslas down there. We don't have any major modules. It's a little late in the floor. Well, actually, you know what? Because we have 2 crystals here, I'm gonna gamble it. Be a little greedy here, and I'm gonna throw down that, and we're gonna get a pair of Teslas, and what the heck, we'll do a Prisoner Prod, since that's gonna be upgraded in the future. Probably, like I said, I don't like to build things once we reach double digits number of doors on a floor, but because we have the 2 crystals and thus are able to spend a lot of science very quickly, it's worth it to get more science creators on this floor. All right, oh, and we still got more doors here. So yeah, I think we'll be able to burn down this Stell before we have to start opening crystal room related doors. All right, run. We'll let them rake themselves over the coals over here. Yep, see, they're prioritizing that one, so they only get a few clicks. And these things, which do damage modules, don't seem to go after them if there's no heroes there. So these things are going to get annihilated very quickly. Oh, and hey, he's got repair. And granted, repair on someone with operate is less useful than repair on someone who doesn't have operate, because someone who doesn't have operate, you don't mind running them around to different rooms and therefore can repair pretty much anything in any room. If I wanted Opbot to heal up the little bit of damage on here or the little bit of damage here, I'd have to break his operate and therefore lose a round of bonus production. And being that we are spending about as much as we're making in industry, I don't want to do that. I am going to stop building major modules at this point, so I don't see us spending more than we're making per turn on defenses unless things get really nasty. But I don't foresee that being a problem. All right, we've exhausted that channel up there, so let's run over here. A little bit more food and I'll level Ken up. Aha! The exit has been located and we have unlocked tear gas. Excellent. No monster spawns. Prisoner prod. Excellent. Tesla module 2. Yeah. Tesla 2. Tesla 2. Of these, all these options, Tesla 2 is probably our best bet. Now, here's where things get a little dangerous, because we still have one more turn left on this weak crystal here, and we have to crack open a door related to the crystal. That being said, because we can spare 2 people, I'm not too worried about us having to kill a room spawn. And by the time we have to worry about additional spawns coming from one of these directions, will be that Stell will be dead, and we'll be able to reinforce it as appropriate. Oh, that is the worst sound of the game. Yep, it fried my room. I hate, capital H, hate the electromagnetic pulse. You have no idea. Wait a minute. It didn't fry my oh, it just fried this module. Oh, because we have... Okay, electromagnetic pulses can be run killers if they, depending on where they happen. Now, they tend to happen in your room or rooms with the most modules. And because we didn't flesh out all the defenses in our main room here, it didn't actually target our choke point room. It just fried this room. Now, granted, that hit my science rate, which is annoying, but it's not the end of the world because we're not depending on this room to be our solid line of defense. So that's actually not as bad as it could have been. All right, we'll light up this room here. Let me see, 3 modules here. Let's get some prisoner prods here just to help out. Gork, I'm going to send you up here just to help out since they're not going to be weakening anything. That only lasts for a few turns, but it's sometimes bad. And yipes! Oh boy, Gork, buddy, help me out here, buddy. See, why don't you queue off your psycho killer? You kill off your shadow thing, and those two big guys right there, not what I wanted to face down. Oh, thank you, Gork. Now you two need to get back up here to help out in this room. Alright, so yeah, that stupid bug's going to be gnawing on our science crystal, but it'd be suicide to send someone up there. And since we're getting a bunch of guys at once, let's queue off more cooldowns. Oh yeah, alright, so... Dang it. freaking thing. Not that I would be getting a lot more science out of it anyway, because it was still fried by the electromagnetic pulse, so whatever. This might be another case of screw you guys, I'm going home here. The question becomes, do we take the new person with us? And my answer would be yes, for now. I'm not going to invest any points into leveling her up, and if she dies, eh. And if we find someone else, she's the one that's getting dismissed. So yeah, I think this is a screw you guys, we're going home. Alright, you're researching prisoner prod, which will be done soon. What about you? Oh yes, the Tesla module. There we go, perfect. Okay, and we got plenty of science to carry over. Let's go talk to... I will ruin all that divide me. All right, yeah, for 24, it's good to pick up and flesh out our party here. But again, not going to be investing anything in her. She is strictly temporary because she is not who I want. All right, yep, it's a screw you guys, we're going home situation here. So let's peel that off, peel that on, peel that off, peel that on. And honestly, that's all we need for our crystal run. We're going to keep this room powered up so we get another tick of science out of it. And yeah, this is actually this is a really easy crystal run here. But again, things are not in our favor right now, especially with that EMP in that room. All right, so everyone who is slow as molasses, get your butts over to the exit. Ken's going to be our crystal runner. And Opbot, you move on over too. It'll finish both of our researches. How many rooms did we miss? 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4. Still not the end of the world. And we got out of there scot-free. All right, so if you like this episode and want to see more like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya!